Hello, welcome to this update. So we weren't going to make any videos during this week, but we just needed to because these severe weather events that are going to happen need to be mentioned. So let's see here first what's happening about Europe. So we'll check Europe and then the US. So first, today's Tuesday, uh, June 3rd, if I'm right. Yeah. So tomorrow, Wednesday, June 4th, we might have a big severe weather outbreak in some spots of Central Europe. So as you can see here, they already have a level 2 spots of Germany, into Austria, Czechia, and all the way into Poland, spots of northern Italy and southern France, a level 2 as well. So let's see here what they say first. So this is extended forecast. It was made yesterday or this morning, so they will still update this tomorrow. So let's see, a level 2 is each for southeastern France, mainly for heavy rainfall and tornado threat. A level 2 is each for northern Italy, mainly for heavy rainfall, large hail, severe wind gusts and tornadoes. A level 2 was issued from northeastern Switzerland, northwestern Austria, through southeastern and eastern Germany, into Czechia and Poland, mainly for destructive wind gusts, very large hail, to lesser degree for tornadoes and heavy rainfall. A level 1 was issued for Corsica for large hail. A level 1 was issued for Sweden for tornadoes and large severe wind gusts. A level 1 was issued for Romania for large hail. And a level 1 was issued for parts of Russia and Ukraine, mainly for severe wind gusts. So please be careful in those areas Wednesday, tomorrow. And I think they will have a level 3 here. I'm not sure, but I think so, because right, especially in that area from Germany into Czechia and Austria, they will probably have a level 3 in those areas. So please check our YouTube posts tomorrow, because I don't think we'll be able to make video tomorrow. But please check our posts here on YouTube throughout the day, because if they put a level 3 tomorrow, we'll probably post about it here on YouTube about 10 a.m. or something, around 9 to 11 a.m. So please check, so we'll have the latest information there on the post and everything. So please check, and let's just see like the discussion. An outbreak of severe storms likely ahead of the pronounced cold front from southeastern France through northwestern Italy, Switzerland onto southern Germany, Czechia and Poland. So please stay safe. So like you can read here about France, about Italy if you want, but let's see just this area very quick for Switzerland and Germany and Austria. They might have a bigger threat. So a white belt of favorable conditions for extremely severe storms will exist in the region, featuring Cape of 1,500 joules per kilogram to 3,000 joules per kilogram, in combination with 6 to 0 kilometer bulk shear and 20 to 30 miles per second. So meters per second. The highest conditional threat of severe weather concerning Cape and shear overlap will exist from northeastern Switzerland through southern Germany and northwestern Austria into southwestern Czechia. Here, fat Cape profiles similar within and at the edge of the plume, steep lapseways generate at the wake of the Alps. At first, high Cape areas will be kept, but the approach of the front and a shortwave trough from the southwest will remove the thin and dry layer. The first storms will develop along the stalling cold front, and the main route will be tied to the passage of shortwave eastward surge of cold front and storms spreading from the Alps into the lowlands. So please stay safe in those areas and be monitoring the weather tomorrow. If you live in those areas, be like checking the radar and for weather alerts and updates. So this link is in the description, this site here, to check the outlooks. So please check this link as well. There's the outlook for today as well, but it's almost the end of the day, but they do have a lot of level 2s. I don't know if it was Tuesday to Wednesday. Yeah, so this today they have nearly like close to 7 level 2s. So stay safe for the rest of today as well from those storms. but especially tomorrow there in those areas. So here that there's like, this is today Tuesday, there are already some hail reports in the Balkans and more spots there, but Wednesday the lightning and hail threat does show that big area of like 40 to 60% chance for hail within 40 kilometers of a point tomorrow in the 24 hours. So please be careful. Highlight especially from Germany to Czechia there, and that hatched area for potentially 20% chance of large hail. Here you can see the scale of large than the 5 centimeters. So please be careful. And also more areas, some chances for lightning and some hail in Romania, maybe too. But if you check here on the 3-hour hail probability, so Wednesday during the morning, nothing crazy, some in France later by the late morning, but in the afternoon they already have that red there. So that red's like 25 to 40% chance for hail of 2 centimeters or larger within 40 kilometers of a point. So here the scale is different, like 15 to 25. The dark red and the light red is 25 to 40%. So they already have that bright red area possible there. Later in the evening still have like hatched, so 3 layers there, so you can see it's surrounded in white, so chance for hail larger than 5 centimeters. They have like even a 10% on the white line, so you can see those white lines there, even a 10% inside that red area for potential giant hail. I see people talking about there. So please stay safe in those areas, especially Germany, Czechia, Northern Austria, and to Switzerland and Poland, those areas. So please stay safe tomorrow. Be careful and check our YouTube posts to read about the level 3 if they do put it, because we don't know much yet. But please stay safe in those areas. So just showing the models here, there's the European Smart Cape, Northern Austria, even to 3,000 joules per kilogram, but it does have in Germany more than 2,000, even 2,500 in far southeastern Germany, more spots in Czechia tomorrow afternoon and evening. Central Czechia has even close to 3,000 later in the evening. A lot of Cape in Poland, those areas as well. So please stay safe in those areas. Be careful. There's the herd, not the herd, this is their own because of confusing the US model. So in Europe it's their own model. So here, let's see if this works. So it shows like this till Tuesday, so Wednesday afternoon. It shows in Germany there. This model shows more specific areas of more Cape, especially around southern Germany. In the afternoon, you can see some spots there of 2,000 joules per kilogram, close to 2,000. So this model is not showing the best Cape in the world, but it does show a lot, especially there into Poland later. But please be careful. Shows later in the evening from Czechia into Poland shows even more Cape there. So the model for the storms themselves does show here like precipitation rate. So today there are storms in central Spain in those areas, shows into France there, a few ones during the night on the Pyrenees, and then this does go. This about 12 p.m. tomorrow across southern France, shows stronger storms. This goes there, especially later in the afternoon. And then it does show those very strong storms in Germany. If you can see there on the map, shows eastern, southeastern Germany. Some very strong storms, possible supercells as well. And shows like into northern Italy, another line of strong storms. Then this goes into Czechia later in the evening and into Poland. So please stay safe in those areas. And considering what they said in the discussion about the shear and the Cape, this might be dangerous, so please be careful. This is the icon model, so it shows Wednesday those storms in Germany, and the icon does have a more favorable scenario for discrete supercells possible in southern Germany. So just be aware, if any supercellular storms form there and manage to thrive, they can produce tornadoes and like giant hail. So please stay safe in those areas and warn others. This goes and into Czech and Poland later, Northern Austria. So stay safe in those areas. Please be careful. Now for Europe here. Let's see if we put something here. So just Europe for the rainfall accumulation. So let's see if it loads, because like I told you, here's not the best Wi-Fi on earth. So it does show like this is until Saturday, June 7th. So it does show spots of, let's see if it loads. So spots in northern Italy, the European showing more. The west coast of the UK shows some more around Germany, in eastern France as well. More rain, and also to Belarus and Russia showing a spot there with more. So be aware in those areas, but just like those storms tomorrow, they might produce some heavier totals. So the Aron model does have southern France and Italy into Switzerland, like right in the Alps. It has more than 100 millimeters, has spots of central to northern Spain and into France as well. But those storms, Germany to Czechia, can have some very heavy rain too. So please stay safe tomorrow. Be careful those storms, especially the destructive wind gusts, those convective wind gusts in those storms, and the giant hail. So stay safe in those areas. Today's Tuesday in the US. There, for now, we have a slight risk from Texas to Illinois. So there's just a 2% tornado threat, spots of Texas, all the way to Wisconsin. So this might update in case there are any changes later tonight. But if there's an enhanced risk, I'll post about it in the posts. So, but for now, they have a slight risk. Wind, and also 5% and hail. And the margin risk extends as far up as Canada. So be careful in those areas. Scared severe thunderstorms possible from the southern Great Plains to the Midwest. Damaging winds, large hail, the primary concerns. So be careful in those areas. There's later for tomorrow, June 4th, a margin risk into Texas, New Mexico, a few spots like into Colorado too, and this margin risk from Illinois into parts of the Midwest. So isolated severe hail and wind are possible mid-afternoon Wednesday through early morning Thursday in parts of the southwest. Isolated damaging gusts, marginal severe hail may occur across eastern Midwest mid-afternoon and evening. So be careful tomorrow too, but Thursday is different. It's already a slight risk in Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas, in far southwestern Missouri and Arkansas. So be careful. Marginal risk into New England and the Northeast as well. So there's the probabilities. Scared severe thunderstorms possible Thursday into Thursday night, parts southern high plains towards the Ozark Plateau. So be careful. We'll have more videos, especially Friday, because day 4 Friday there's already a slight risk of 15%. So there's 15% for Friday and Saturday. So we are potentially seeing a more active severe weather days at day 4 into day 5. So Friday, day 4, we will have a longer video when we get back. But just be aware that this is coming. So here the HERS shows like a lot of rain and some storms in the plains into the Midwest, and shows later into Texas. I can't zoom in on this screen here, but you can kind of see there in Texas and spots of Oklahoma some stronger storms. This evening the storms continue in Florida too with some heavy rain, and the southwest shows a few scattered thunderstorms possible. The line continues into Texas later, and then does show Thursday. Maybe this doesn't go further out, but still shows some storms Thursday. So be careful in those areas. There's like Cape here as well. So especially like Tuesday this afternoon across Texas and Oklahoma, close to 2,000, 3,000 joules per kilogram in some spots. So stay safe those storms, especially the tornado threat and the large hail and everything, those areas. So stay safe. Let's just see if there's anything else important for later on. So there's still like the European shows those storms Thursday. Friday the European still shows that slight risk in Oklahoma of those storms, and then Saturday still shows those storms there, so stay safe. Just a longer range outlook for Europe too, so shows like tomorrow's Wednesday those severe storms. So Thursday still shows some storms northeastern Europe. They might have some updates for that as well. So Thursday, Friday, some rain in Germany, France, potentially showing Friday, and then still shows storms in Eastern Europe Friday as it goes there. So Saturday still a storm or two for Central Europe, and then we'll watch for more later. And yes, so be aware, potentially tomorrow afternoon a storm or two in Spain as well, but the main focus those areas Central Europe, so stay safe. Just mentioning also South America very quick, we have some storms in southeastern Brazil, like I mentioned the global weather update, but especially in Argentina and Paraguay into Brazil Thursday, starting Thursday, spots of Paraguay into Argentina and Brazil, some stronger storms, some heavy rain, so stay safe around Wednesday night until Friday. So be careful in those areas. Just checking some higher totals in a few spots of rain accumulation there. Central America still some heavy rain in Nicaragua next 8 days. 4 days a little bit less, but in the next 8 days shows more. And Southeast Asia still dealing more in the Philippines, in China some heavy rain, and we'll have more updates starting Friday. But be careful in those areas. Now just one last thing here, as you probably saw in the posts here in YouTube, there's this area in the Atlantic now, 10% chance of formation next 2 days. So like I mentioned in a video some days ago, that this area of low pressure might form there into something, so very low chance, but this might try to spin up very quickly, but nothing to be too concerned about. There's the Eastern Pacific, this area of 60% chance now, so this might still try to form into a tropical depression, so still monitoring, but nothing formed yet. But yeah, stay safe in those areas, especially those severe storms and everything. So just checking here again if there's any other big storms to worry about. The Himalayas, still some snows, scattered thunderstorms in Southeast Asia. Thursday, Friday, Central China might get some rougher ones Friday into Saturday, so be aware. In Australia it's not too crazy, but there's like that front across Fiji, Vanuatu, and New Caledonia, and the system head first into New Zealand. So as I mentioned in the last video, some very strong wind gusts, heavy snow in the mountains, and more cold in New Zealand with this. So yeah, stay safe.